there, friends. It's me, FilmFine/Jess. I realized I was editing a video recently and I realized I say hi but never introduce myself, which is silly because I see that in videos. You're supposed to say your name. It's FilmFine/Jess. You know, I do want to say a special hi. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this from my new followers, but I did get like a big influx of followers in the last week or so. I assume mostly due to me covering the artist Dimash, Dimash. I didn't figure out if that's the correct pronunciation. I gotta go figure it out. For now we'll say Dimash. But there were a lot of response to that, which was very surprising, and a lot of requests for more of his stuff. If you do happen to watch this and you are someone who followed me for that, I want to make sure people know I definitely saw all your comments. I've added all those songs to my little wheel of reactions. What I do is and I should just record it. I spin a little wheel that I have online to pick what I do next, unless something's like just came out or something like that. Just because I'm bad at deciding things, so I do that. With how many songs are on there, I'm sure I will get back to him pretty quickly. But what I don't want to do is, like, I don't like do the same artist in a row, with the exception of like when I first started with Ren, because I was like really, and I still am in the Ren rabbit hole, but was like kind of mostly just covering him. Now I try to cover a little bit more of an array, which is going to be, today I'm covering someone brand new to me, not brand new to, I think, literally anyone else on the planet. This was I can't remember if this was something someone suggested on a Gaga video, or if this was a request my friend made. I forget. So I know on the Gaga video I got some requests for Kendrick, who's on my list as well, and Lana Del Rey. I can't remember if Sabrina Carpenter was on there too. But anyway, watch as I continue to explore things not in my usual wheelhouse of music I listen to, which is pop music. Definitely not my usual, but it has been kind of fun, especially with like when Abracadabra has gotten really big. For once, I actually like knew the new big song. I'm like, I've heard that before. It's very exciting for me. He usually doesn't know what the heck's going on music wise when it comes to popular stuff. Yeah, so I'm doing Please Please Please, which I think my buddy said is definitely one that I will know when I hear it, but I don't know off the top of my head. She said there's probably a couple Sabrina Carpenter songs that I don't realize that I know, or have at least heard bits of online. She did also tell me that in it's like about her and a guy, and the guy that's in the video is her at the time boyfriend, who is now an ex. And I think maybe he cheated on her, or they just split up and it was like he's the one that left her. That sucks. So I'm going in knowing that is a thing, which that's rough, man. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter looks unbelievable. So if she doesn't have a chance, then wow. I know I've heard people, I know her vibe is very like kind of overtly sexual, but I've heard it sort of, I've heard people compare her to more like a Jessica Rabbit kind of thing, like it's a bit of a persona, which I think is very cute. So I'm going in not really knowing much. I'll see if I know the song. I might. I'm on TikTok enough that, you know, there's a chance I've seen it in passing. But yeah, here I go, and I'll get back to Dimash stuff, I'm sure, pretty soon. And as far as the next, I think next is going to be probably Epic the Musical, and the next couple is going to be Epic the Musical, because I still need to do the next part of that, because I finished the Troy saga. I don't remember what saga's next, but the beginning of the next saga. So anyway, all that preamble to be like, hi, let's go.
Carpenter, somebody bailed your ass out. Let's go. Down home to your left. I said to your left.
Ma'am, are these your belongings?
Really liked the use of lighting in both of those. First of all, I love when music videos do kind of like make it a little mini movie by having stuff like this in the beginning. I think it's really fun. It sets it really sets the mood, which I think is great before the song. So we had like in the holding cell with just like the one light coming in from we had that great natural light, which made it look almost kind of sunny, even though they're in a holding cell, and then that kind of bluish light, which like a lot of times in films like in prisons or in hospitals, all the colors tend to be like bluish, which I think is interesting. I mean, in doctor's offices, I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't quite know why it's like that in prisons. Not always, but I feel like I've seen it a lot in prison films. Not in prison films. In films where there's a prison scene. And prison films are a whole different thing, which is a subgenre. I've talked about subgenres before, like weird subgenres. There is an entire, as far as exploitation films go, I won't get too far into it, but you know me, I gotta have my movie rants. There is an entire subgenre of women in prison films. They are interesting. I would say I'm not a connoisseur. I've seen a couple. Probably, what would be the original? Maybe Caged? Was that 1950? The movie's interesting. That's the first one I've ever heard of, was Caged. I think that was 1950. There probably were earlier ones, but that's the only one I know of. That were early. And then, of course, they get very, women in prison. Usually there's the lesbian stereotype, and things like that, all the way to, Orange is the New Black and all that stuff. It is a time-honored tradition of women prison films. I'm assuming that's not going to be where this video goes, but we'll find out, I guess.
Please, once you've confirmed, you'll follow officers in alley through the exit ramp. Ma'am, are you listening? Ma'am, this is not a beauty cure.
She looks like... Sorry, listen one more time. She looks like a disco ball. And why is she... Is that blue lipstick? That's weird. Maybe it's some kind of, I don't know, makeup, so I'm sure it has a purpose that I just don't know of. But it looks like she's putting blue lipstick on her lips.
I'm going to need you to comply. Ma'am, actually,
These same candidate we used to get you in a court of law.
Please. Hang on. This is a bigger surprise than seeing like Alex Wolff in that Childish Gambino video. Is that Barry Keoghan? Was she dating Barry Keoghan? I have so many questions. What? That's a weird pairing. Also, he cheated on her? What are you doing? Like, I'm a fan. I like his acting, but look at her. Obviously personality, but come on. Wow, that's crazy. I'm kind of glad that I knew they were dating, that was her boyfriend, because otherwise I'd be like, what is he doing here? That's nuts. I assume everyone would know who he is. I feel like he's most known for Saltburn, which is a semi-decent movie. It's like a hornier version of Talented Mr. Ripley. But he's also in The Banshees of Inisherin, which I really love, as kind of a minor role. And then he's in Killing of a Sacred Deer, a Yorgos Lanthimos film, and I only saw it once. I remember it being nuts. I gotta watch it again. But it was the first film I saw him in, and he was American, and so I just thought he was American for a while. That movie is crazy. That was, I think, his film after The Lobster, where he started. His American films are, his Greek films are wonderful. His American films are strange. They're all strange, but yeah, okay, did not expect that. Well, the video's gonna be well acted. That's crazy. Okay, sorry. It's gonna take me a minute to process. And he's dressed very, kind of what you'd think of as like the kind of bad boy, but with the cross, the bad boy with the heart of gold look. Please, don't prove I'm right. That's nuts. Oh, I love that font. Is it like, I'm sorry, I'm stopping at the font, but come on, that is like classic. I wish I knew the name. I'm not kidding. I know the names of fonts. Apologies. That is oh yeah, see, looking like a movie. I feel embarrassed to say this, but I immediately think of like Quentin Tarantino, but that's because he's parroting like movies he's a fan of, but right now my brain is too mushy to think of those. But it's like, movies from like the 60s and 70s. That's awesome. That's such a weird reference. I love it.
Good judgment, I know I have good taste. It's funny and it's ironic that only I feel that way. I promise them that you're different, and everyone makes mistakes, but just don't. I heard that you're an actor, so act like a stand-up guy. Whatever devils.
Okay, so we're going for like a. When she had a little scarf on her head. I don't know why I kept thinking of the film To Die For, which I don't even think has that outfit. It just weirdly was making me think of it. But we're going for kind of a maybe a Bonnie and Clyde potentially, but more of like a Goodfellas, like, you know, the mob wife kind of thing. The sort of pretends to be clueless but kind of knows what her guy's into, but just sort of loves him, so she pretends to overlook it, kind of a thing.
Inside you, don't let them out tonight. I tell them it's just your culture, and everyone rolls their eyes. Yeah, I know. All I'm asking, baby, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please, 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 don't bring me
That's a crazy
tears
shot right
when
there.
I just did my.
You got her wearing that in the foreground, just like I get the Jessica Rabbit thing because of just the way that she like moves her body. It's very like kind of over accentuating her curves. She is stunning, my god. But I don't think I've heard this song. But having all that going on in the background, with the one light over it, and this looked like it was in a refrigerator. This is hilarious. Yeah, it's giving like every mob film I've ever seen, which there are many good ones. I will say, like, as much as I feel like something, you know, Goodfellas, same with like The Godfather, maybe. I feel like there's some films that people, maybe just because they've heard about them so much over the years, just kind of dismiss as almost like a joke. Like, oh yeah, you know, Godfather. And I feel like they don't need to see it. Those are those movies, those two, something like, you know, Psycho, or a lot of Hitchcock films. I almost said Hitchhiker films. Wow, I'm tired. Hitchcock films. They really are as good as people say they are. I remember finally seeing Goodfellas maybe like 5 years ago for the first time, thinking like, all right, whatever, I've seen like a million parodies. And that movie was fantastic. It was so good. I loved it. So like sometimes movies are just kind of, hey man, they meet the hype, and some of those mob movies really do. Some of them don't. I will say, I got my little you know, film recommendations here. If you want a kind of mob film, it's like a mob subplot that's a little bit different. If you want kind of a mob film and kind of a hip-hop film and kind of a samurai film, you know, when you're in the mood for those three things combined, Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai, starring Forrest Whitaker. It's really, really good. Check it out. Anyway, back to Sabrina Carpenter. I'm sorry. If people have seen me before, they know this is what I'm like. I have no excuse. This is just what my brain do. But yeah, I'm loving the way that this is framed. It looks really cool with the focus all on her. Like she's the part that's in focus, but you've got this like slow-mo fight behind her. It's very funny.
Please, please, don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you, don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Please, please, please. I have a fun idea.
I have seen, okay, I at least know that chorus. I've heard that chorus before. That is hilarious. I thought this would be, I mean, maybe they'll go in this direction. I thought it would be a lot more like, don't embarrass me as in don't cheat on me. Instead it's just like, don't put guys in my trunk. Don't murder people in front of me. It makes it awkward. I love that.
Yeah, babe, maybe just stay inside. I know you're craving some fresh air, but the ceiling fan is so nice, and we could live so happily if no one knows that you're with me. I'm just kidding, but really, really, please, please.
Okay, for now we're going more of a straight up Bonnie and Clyde vibe, and he's definitely giving Ray Liotta in Goodfellas for sure. It's hilarious.
Really, really.
He's kind of dressed like early Britney Spears there.
Please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please, 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 don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so.
Why that, like, I am a girl, I am a gay girl, so I like girls. That's how that works, learning something new every day. But there's weirdly nothing more attractive to me than a girl wearing, like, either an oversized, like, jacket or, like, a long, like, guy's, like, button-up work shirt. Why is that so hot? Like, it's so weird. Where I'm like, I am a girl who would want to be with girls, so there'd be no reason to have those oversized clothes around, and yet I still love it. That's maybe TMI about me, but I don't know. So what, he, like, probably... This might be some gambling thing, but I just think it's funny. It looks like he just got caught at an arcade. And the guy's there like, yeah, I don't know, man. He was just trying to, like, he's trying to break into the asteroids machine, and it was a whole problem.
Please, 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 don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Heartbreak is what I think my ego's in night. I beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Please, please, please.
With that car, we're definitely going for, and for everyone's clothes apart, we're definitely going for a certain kind of dated look. Kind of maybe like late 80s, early 90s vibe. I love that she's wearing just like the same outfit basically as the first time he got out of jail, but just with a different colored puffy jacket. I just think of like, just the history repeating itself. It's going to be this same cycle in the relationship. Just it's like same day, different colored outfit. I think is a really great way of illustrating that. Yeah, I think that's a cool way to do that, and it's becoming a bit Bonnie and Clyde with her being involved. But man, this is a really great looking video. The song is cute, but I freaking really like this video, and I love the styling of it, man. It's just giving such a very clear, like such a clear story. As much as it's been 4 minutes, and you know, we're just seeing as much as you would see in a music video. I feel like I'm seeing a whole movie. Like I can see the scenes in between the shots, if that makes sense. It's really well like storyboarded.
If you wanna go and be stupid, don't do it in front of me. If you don't wanna cry to my music, don't make me hate you perfectly.
Let me hear that line again. I liked that. I also love that it's just like, if you want to be handcuffed, sir, I will handcuff you. If this is what you want.
You don't wanna cry to my music, don't make me hate you perfectly.
Yeah, I love that. If you don't want to cry to my music, don't make me hate you. That's a great line. Her eyes are amazing. My God, just a little bit of makeup that's just pop crazy.
Please, 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 please.
You know. Gonna kiss it. There you go. Like the little lips on there. Yep, perfect. Great. I feel like I watched a whole little movie there, man. That was really cool. I liked that a lot. Shut up, commercial. Yeah, I loved that, because they had, I'm sad that things didn't work out between the two of them, but because you had someone like, Barry Keoghan there, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm probably gonna sound very silly. I think it's Keoghan. You had someone who, you know, he can do a lot. I think can be a very subtle actor. And because of that, he didn't have to do much, and just a lot of it was in his eyes, kind of telling a whole story. It was really cool, man. I liked that video a lot. That was cute. Granted, it was like kind of targeted for me because it was so cinematic. There was like 1,000 movies I felt like it was kind of referencing or going for the vibe of, oh my gosh, sorry. My sleep schedule has been so just destroyed the last like maybe week or two, just like such is life with cycles of insomnia. But it's part of why I haven't posted as much lately, because I've been so like, either I've been sleeping or wide awake but too exhausted to function. So I'm like, I'm just gonna record something today and see what happens. And that's why you get a marble-mouthed Jess. But yeah, that was great. I'm shocked I liked that as much as I did. And she definitely has a very kind of fun, really sweet sort of vibe. I kind of like that. I don't know what she's like in other things, but in that I really liked her. She was able to, while being like, you know, kind of dressing sexy, of course, still had this like great vulnerability to her in that performance. I really, really liked. Yeah, that was cool. So I don't know, maybe I'll do some more of her. I think I have one other video of hers on my list. I think it's Espresso, which I don't think I've heard before. But if you want me to check out any more of her, or just anything in general, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, I don't know how long this one will take to go up, because I've never done one of her videos, so I don't know if it'll get claimed. Might be a few days, but thanks so much for joining me, guys, and I will see you later. Bye, everybody.